Okay, you're welcome to another section today. Today we're looking at string manipulation and math module. String manipulation and math module. So let's look at string manipulation. So this has to do with operations you can perform with strings, all right? Variables that has the string data type. All right, so let's go ahead and create a variable. So okay, so the first is the string concatenation. So this is where you use the addition operator to work on strings. What it does is going to combine the strings together. Concatenation. Come here. So okay, let first name be equal to Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Then you say let surname be equal to Jacob. Jacob. So what it does is that so let this string concatenation. And so here you say okay, you can say okay, let full name. You can now come and say okay, let full name be equal to first name which contain Jacob plus surname which contain this. Alright, so you are combining the two together. So this will now give an output of let's say console the log full name. Let's what be the output full name. It now return Emmanuel Jacob. So let's run this. First of all, let's compile and see. Okay, so we'll go to our browser here. See what we have. Reload. So we have Emmanuel Jacob. But see that there's no space there. So if you want to add a space, you come here, put, put a space there, then add the plus here. Alright? So if you compare this again, so compare this again, we'll have this here. Now we now have Emmanuel Jacob. So here you can combine string concatenation is used to join strings together. Alright, so let's look at what else. We have the string dot length. This used to check this the string dot length is used to check the number of characters that the string has. Alright? Number of characters. So it's covered that we didn't assign any special type to this because it follows type inference. That's what automatically inferred the type of string on this. So there's no need for us to do that anymore. But let me just apply it manually. Okay, so this string now, all right? So this code. So let's say, let me go for script string length. So this is to check the number of characters in the string. That's the number of characters, letters, alphabet, whatever they may be in a particular string. Going to check the number of characters in the string. So let me use the first name here. I'll say, okay, console.log first name does length. First name, this is the function, dot length function here. The method actually is the method. So the length, what will be the output? So let's compile again and see what we have here. Come here, reload. 8. So you add this character. So Emmanuel Emmanuel. So that's 8 characters. Emmanuel has 8 characters. So you can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it returns 8. It returns it, which is the number of characters that the string Emmanuel has. The first name have. All right. So next is to uppercase. All right, to uppercase. What it does is this with casing. All right, you come and say console.log to uppercase. Come and say okay, console.log first name. Let's work with first name dot to uppercase. All right. So this is an inbuilt function. So all this is operations that can be performed on strings. All right. An inbuilt function. You come here, you run this on your browser. Um, so let's compile again. Run this here, reload. You have capital letters. All right, the same thing to lowercase too. Change it to lower. So let me multiply and say okay to lowercase. So to lowercase here. So let's compile this again. Perfect. So come here and run this one on our browser. Reload to lowercase. So all these are simple methods we can do. So what next? So have this string slice. All right. So here you can slice out a portion of a string out. All right. You can slice out a particular portion of a string out. All right. So string slice. So let me write the formula first of all. String slice. All right. So we come here, do the formula for string slice. So okay, string string dot slice. This is the slice function. So inside the slice function, it now has two arguments, which is the start index, where you want to bring in the slice from, and the end index, where you want to end the slicing from. So this is the formula for this. All right. So let's do an example. So I'll come here. Let me say I want to slice out Emmanuel. I want to slice out Emma. So just Emma from Emmanuel. So how do I do that? Don't forget, take note, each of these characters occupy unique index position, and that index position begins from 0. So like this now, E is at a position of 0, M is at a position of 1, M is at a position of 2, A is at a position of 3, and it goes on like that. So each of these characters occupy unique index position. They occupy unique index position. They occupy unique index position. So you come here, you say, let me work with the manual. So okay, console.log, console.log, we have first name, the slice. So the slice, they will now have the starting there. I want to begin slicing Emmanuel, which is at the position of 0, comma, and I'm ending at Emma. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So A is at the in the position of 3. But if I put 3 here, I'm not going to get accurately. Let's try. Let's see what's going to happen. We come here. So you have to add one position more for it to reach slice accurately. So come here. You need to slice. So come here. If you come here now and see this, discover that you might say this slice accurately. So it's supposed to. You have to have. If you want to slice a particular portion out, add one extra position to that for it to get an accurate result. So you come here, make this 4, make this 4, then you can now successfully slice. So you see that slice successful. All right. So go ahead. So next we are going to math modules and mathematical concepts embedded here in JavaScript. All right. Math module here. The math module. So let's look at our curriculum. So we have the absolute, the round, the seal, the floor, the mean, the max, the exponent, and the random. All right. So what this does is that here it performs some mathematical operations. So let's begin with the abs, which is the absolute math, which is math dot absolute. So the absolute there, what it is converts to an absolute number. So what the absolute? So absolute numbers are positive integers. All right. Absolute numbers are numbers that are positive. All right. So if you have minus one is not an absolute number. Minus 500 is not an absolute number. So let's say you want to convert such negative numbers to positive numbers. You use the math just absolute method. All right. So you come here and say, okay, console the log. You have math dot absolute apps here. So here now, let's say we have a minus 500 here, right? What this do? It converts this to a positive number, which will now be 500, right? So let me have this here. Let's say we come here, we have this here, 500. See that has converted to 500. That's what the math dot absolute does, all right? So come here, the math dot round. So this round up number, all right? It rounds up number. Look at it. Let's check our curriculum. We have it here. The math dot round. So what it does, it rounds up a number. All right. So we'll come here and say we have a number here. You know what round does now? All right. Whether it rounds up or round down will be dependent on what is the value of the number in the decimal place. Let's say we have okay, math console.log. We say math dot round. So here we'll have inside we have 4.3. So because of the value of this decimal place, which is 3, is now up to 0.5, this is going to be rounded down. All right. So just like what you know in your secondary school mathematics, so it rounds down. So we come here around this here, load, so it round down back to 4. But if it's above 5 or 5, is it greater or equals to 5 here, it's going to round up. It's going to round up. So come here around this here, we have 5 here. See that? So next we have the math.c. So the math.c is I think the invariant of the math.round is a variant because it always rounds up. So the word seal comes from the word ceiling. It rounds to the ceiling. So when you hear the word seal, just know you talk about the ceiling. It's rounding up. All right. Math.c is rounding up. You come here and say, okay, console the log math.c. All right. Yeah. You now have 500.1. Normally, this is supposed to round down, all right? But because it's in a math.c, it will always round up. So math.c always rounds up. It always rounds up. So come here, reload 501. So it doesn't matter what the decimal place is saying, it always rounds up. So we have the opposite of that, which is the math.floor. From the word floor, floor is down. So it always math.floor always round down. So you come here, say console the log math.floor. So here you have let's say you have 45.9. Normally this is supposed to round up because of the decimal place, but because it's marked the floor, it will always round down. So to round down to load 45. You see that 45.9 was rounding down to 45. You see that? So good. So we're going to check for maximum. So this minimum and maximum is used to select the minimum and maximum number in a series of numbers. So we'll come here. So okay, math dot max. So come here, okay, console the log math dot max. So let's have a series of number here 30, 40, 200, 300, 50. So we have series of number here. So it's going to select or return the number of the highest value, which is 300 here. So if you come here around this here, so you return 300. And the opposite to the math dot mean will return the smallest in the variable. So we come here and say, let's come here and say, okay, let me change this to mean. It will return, okay, I've not compiled it yet. So if I come and compile this, so come around this here, 30, which is the smallest here. All right. So it return 30, which is smallest in the series of number. You see that? So next is the math dot random. Math dot random. So this will return a random number. We want to return random number between 0 and 1. So math dot random is going to return random number. Console is used to return random number between 0 and 1. Console.log math dot random. You have your parentheses there. So come and run this here. Say reload this on your page here. So return a random number between 0 and 1. See that it's just returning it between 0 and 1, not going to change. All right. So that's what the math dot random is used. You can actually, let's say you want to return a number, let me random number like 7 digits, you can be able to manipulate that to achieve that. All right. But basically that's what the math dot random does. Thank you very much. See you some other time.